That's pound 250 keyword tax network.
All right.
TNUSA.com.
No bad
Tax
news.
Network USA. Real lawyers, real tax pros, real results.
126 on Thursday, the 28th of August. August is about shot in the butt.
Truly
Knucklehead.
You're watching an iconic president. This is why he's so successful. He was as a businessman, and he is.
Well,
as a
we're
president.
racing in
He's using
Japan.
a massive economic might like no president in history. Not only to
Suzuka.
rebuild America's industries, not only to bring businesses back to the United States, he's using our strength to affect foreign policy.
Mark Levin, he's on the radio. Weeknights 9 till midnight. Whoa, whoa.
Curing cancer.
Bring along an American Express card to open the door
One
to
pack at a
rewards
time.
wherever you go. Morning coffee run with an old friend? Earn cash back.
Yeah,
You
this
can
is
get
a
away
pretty
for
cool
miles.
track.
Dinner at the hottest restaurant in town?
It took me
You
a
get the
while.
idea. No matter the place or the plan, Amex rewards your inner explorer. See
Took
if you
me a
pre-qualify
while
for
to
an
learn
American Express
this
card
one.
with no impact on your credit score. Learn more at americanexpress.com/check-4-offers. Your credit score may be impacted if you accept a card. Terms apply.
School shooting in,
When you're ready to trade up,
where the
from
hell was that,
ordinary to
Minnesota?
extraordinary, and the time
Oh,
of
yeah,
your
the
life.
Catholic
Visit
school.
the Midwest's premier entertainment destination, Four Winds
Transgenders.
Casinos. Extraordinary food, shows, shopping, and fun at Four Winds Casinos. Visit fourwindscasinos.com and trade up from ordinary
Mentally ill.
to extraordinary.
It's my
Four
boat.
Winds Casinos.
We have a Republican majority in Indiana state legislature and a conservative Republican governor.
I never
So
stood a
why isn't
qualifying
our
lap,
Republican
so I'll be
state
in the
Senator
back of
Liz
the
Brown
pack.
helping pass conservative policies?
I usually
Consider this.
I've been racing the
Republicans in the House
Pacific.
passed constitutional carry, protecting
Getting
Second
into it, I
Amendment
never
rights.
used to race
But
the
in the state Senate,
Pacifics.
liberal Liz Brown blocked the bill. Republicans in the House passed a bill targeting illegal immigration, the kind of
I
bill
didn't know
President Trump
if you had a
supports.
Pacific,
Yet
you could
again, liberal
run
Liz
your own
Brown blocked the
Pacific.
bill.
Your own
It gets
car,
worse.
which meant,
Republicans voted yes to ban
you know, your
biological men from playing
customization,
girls' sports.
your
Liberal
own
Liz
livery.
Brown, she voted no
Pretty neat.
on protecting girls' sports. Call liberal Liz Brown at 317-232-9400.
I'm
Tell her
starting
support
a
House
trend,
passed
I guess,
conservative
because now I'm
policies.
starting to
Vote like a
see,
Republican, not like a far-left Democrat.
see
Paid
racers
for by
entering
Hoosier
their own
Leadership for America,
Pacific, their
not
own
authorized
car.
by any candidate or candidates committee.
It's been a hot summer, and if you've seen your power bill go up and up and up,
Hey,
it could be the
cow,
cool air
decals.
inside your homes leaking out your old doors and windows. That's why it's the perfect time to check out all that Pella Windows and Doors has to offer. Only Pella delivers
wing
peace of
on the
mind and a
back.
hassle-free experience, and Pella's
I
backed
love
by a
the wing.
top-notch service team and industry-best warranty. This month, you could get 50% off qualifying installations or 0% financing for 5
Racing,
years.
man,
Pella
that
Windows and
sucks.
Doors in Glenbrook Commons and online at PellaFortWayne.com.
GT500.
News, weather, and traffic.
1908.
Get your daily fix during Fort Wayne's morning news. First thing weekday
517
mornings on
horsepower.
WOWO, 92.3 FM and 1190 AM. Depend on it.
When we're gonna start. This is a 12-lap race, too.
Welcome back in, Clay
30
Travis, Buck
seconds.
Sexton Show. We will be joined by Winsome Sears, maybe the next governor of Virginia, Republican nominee. But we also want to tell you, Tunnel to Towers does absolutely incredible work, and you need to make sure that you take advantage of the opportunity to help them out because they do such incredible things. They take care of people like Air Force Sergeant Jesse Clark. Military service came to an end after a chemical exposure caused a large tumor. As a result, paralyzed, left side of the body, legally blind, prone to memory loss, in a wheelchair. Friends like you helped Tunnel to Towers build him a new smart home. You can join
Yeah, I
us
thought I
in
was
helping
fucked
to
up.
assist all those who've sacrificed so much for all of us by going to Tunnel to Towers
What do you
at
think of that, dude, knuckleheads?
T2T.org. That's T, the number 2,
All right.
T.org.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton on the front
Keep
lines
racing
of
my
truth.
ears.
Listening to
Earphones.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton on WOWO, 92.3 FM and 1190 AM.
Yeah, I'm at the back of the
92.3
pack.
FM,
Oh, look at all them
1190
guys.
AM.com.
Everybody's got to custom their own cars.
David Shea in the WOWO Newsroom.
This ought to be a wild
Semi-crash
race.
late yesterday afternoon caused a major disruption for motorists in Auburn. The entrance ramp to northbound I-69 from State Road 8 was closed down completely for several hours as crews worked to clean up the mess and clear the wreck. Injuries in the crash haven't been reported. And now
Look
your
at all
national
of
stories
them.
from Fox News.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Hospital update on the victims who survived the Annunciation Church mass shooting in Minneapolis. 15 kids and 3 parishioners in their 80s. Harrowing tales from Hennepin County EMS Chief Martin Shearer.
Teachers were, getting shot at. They were protecting the kids. They took all the kids outside in the area of safety. Witnessed all this happen. The teachers were amazing. The kids were really upset, obviously.
Microphone
But
don't
they
get my
did
way.
a
Here we
great job
go.
of keeping
Race
kids
will
together.
begin
Hennepin Health says they
shortly.
have 6 in satisfactory condition, 1 child and 1 adult serious, 1 child still critical. The young trans shooter, Robin Westman, killed himself. Political hardball from former
Somebody
Biden
killed
operative Jen
herself.
Psaki, who posted, when kids are getting shot in their pews at Catholic Mass and your crime plan is to have National Guard put mulch down around D.C., maybe rethink? America's listening to Fox.
14.
Now from the Gibson's Heating and Plumbing WOWO Weather Center.
From 21 Alive, I'm meteorologist Liz Braden with your forecast. Looking to be partly to mostly cloudy today with the chance for a few
Yeah,
showers.
do your
as
settings
next cold
right
front arrives.
before the
Temperatures
race
today get up
starts.
to 73 degrees. Tonight we clear out with a low of 50, holding on to the low 70s with sunshine for Friday and slowly warming up for Labor Day weekend. I'm
Here we
meteorologist
go.
Liz Braden from 21 Alive on WOWO 92.3 FM at 1190 AM.
Fox News updates, powered by Tradewell Tax and Financial, a full-service tax, financial, and retirement planning company. To learn more, visit TradewellTax.com today.
Experience the excitement at Four Winds Casinos with award-winning cuisine, luxurious hotel accommodations, the latest slots. and
Oh,
a variety of
crashing.
games. Why settle for less when you can have it all at Four Winds
Wow.
Casinos, your entertainment escape.
The long weekend sale is on at
13.
Target with exciting deals you won't want to miss. Stock up on grilling must-haves for a few more sunny barbecues. And while you're at it, ease into sweater weather with fresh new fits for the fam. Whether you're hosting, relaxing, or showing off your new style, Target has your deal in-store, online, and in the Target app. Hurry and save more with the long weekend sale happening now through Monday.
Wow.
Target.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August, and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds.
10.
Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
As you age, your eyesight changes. If you've noticed trouble seeing at night, clouded, blurred, or dim vision, sensitivity to light, or any other changes, it's time to visit Vision Care Ophthalmology. During your comprehensive eye exam, one of VCO's trusted doctors will check for common eye diseases so you can treat the issue as early as possible. And if surgery is needed, they can take care of you in-house at their state-of-the-art surgery center. Call 422-EYES to schedule your appointment. Vision Care Ophthalmology. See the difference.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends,
I can tell you drove high.
parents,
I can tell when you drive high.
relatives.
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high.
214.
Paid for by NHTSA.
Still staring at that old roof or worn-out siding? Don't let a small problem turn into something big and expensive, and don't just settle for good enough. Schmucker Quality Construction specializes in metal and shingle roofing, siding, gutters, pole barns, and a wide range of general construction projects. With lots of 5-star reviews, they've earned a reputation as a trusted name across Northeast Indiana. Call 260-417-2254 or visit SchmuckerQualityConstructionLLC.com. Schmucker Quality Construction, where quality meets community.
All American stores can help you save at the pump on day one. Ask about their loyalty programs and start saving today. Follow All American Stores on social media for upcoming promotions and more. All American Stores, hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team.
I'm back to doing
Oh, he didn't send me.
Visit the Good Feet store today. Walk-ins are always welcome. We're right around the corner from the Glenbrook Mall on Coldwater Road in the Joanne Plaza.
From the Windows, Doors, and More studio, visit their neighborhood showroom on Washington Center Road, east of Lima, for inspiration and ideas. This is Whoa Whoa 92.3 FM. And
Haha, looking behind. 135 miles an hour.
Welcome back in, everybody, to Clay and Buck. We are joined now by Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears.
Oh, he's back on my ass again.
Governor, first black woman and female veteran to hold statewide office in Virginia. A fantastic patriot who is doing wonderful things in the great state of Virginia, which is a place I've spent a tremendous amount of time, actually, over the years. Lieutenant Governor, appreciate you being with us.
Well, hello, and thank you for having me. Now, I do have to correct you on one thing. I'm not yet the first female governor. I'm the first female lieutenant governor. That's a good thing, too.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Well, yes. Well, but you're going to be the first female governor, right?
Got him.
Well, there that is. Yes, and it's why? Because we have the common sense ideas.
Guy from Argentina.
I think I just did. Well, it's because, again, we have been able to present an economy to the people of Virginia, and they love it. They love that we've created so many jobs, 276,000 people working that weren't before we came into office. We also have over 250,000 job openings, and then we've created, on top of that, 15,000 plus.
Oh, he ran me off the road.
Never existed.
You bastard.
Because you get rid of barriers, you get rid of regulations, and you become people who want Virginia to succeed. So my opponent says now she's running on our successes. Wait, you're a Democrat running on the successes that we created? You're not going to keep them if you win, which she won't. But if she were to win, she would dismantle and destroy everything that we've created. So she's got the problem, not me. We've been doing the work. Abigail, where have you been?
We're talking to Winsome Sears, Lieutenant Governor of Virginia, who hopes and should be the next governor. I saw some of these statements,
drove off the road.
Spanberger, who is the
Damn
Democratic
hairpin.
nominee, on men and women's sports. And she dodged the question like she was Neo in the Matrix. I mean, she is doing everything she can do to avoid saying what is very easy for everybody, 90+%, I think, of actual sports fans. Even 2/3 of Democrats. Hey, men have no business in women's sports. And I saw your ad. I loved it. You're on this. But isn't it about just how out of touch she is with Virginia that she can't speak the truth on this?
Well, everything about her is out of touch, and none of it makes any sense. Here are the parents wanting to raise their boys to respect women, to honor women, and then we have, for example, the Loudoun County School Board, who have disciplined the two young men
Going in the
they
pits.
are uncomfortable being forced to undress in front of a female. And for that, they are now labeled sexual in their school records, sexual harassers. But this is what their parents
got
have
a
been raising them
mandatory
to be, to
pit
respect
stop
women.
there.
So you have now school boards
Change
who are
tires,
against parents.
medium.
And Abigail Spanberger supports that because she voted for men, biological men
him
in
from the
women's
back of the
sports.
car.
She voted for biological men having to be able to undress in locker rooms with our young girls. She voted for all this nonsense, and that's crazy because she's got 3 girls. What is that what you want for your girl children? Parents don't want that. I wouldn't want that. She needs to come forward and defend her vote. She voted that way. Virginia doesn't want that, and that's why I'm asking Virginia for your vote this coming November, so we can continue with common sense and not policies that tear us away from our children.
Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears with us right now.
We got some problem with the front tire, I guess.
And it goes directly into the state of Virginia.
Watching football over here.
And Abigail Spanberger is going to be dodging it. In addition to Roanoke women's swimmers and Loudoun County, as you mentioned, in 2022, Virginia Tech female swimmers protested Leah Thomas, who was a man pretending to be a woman swimming for the University of Pennsylvania women's swim team. They reached out to ESPN begged for ESPN to tell the story of their protest. ESPN refused to cover it. So it's not just Abigail Spanberger. It's also there have been a lot of legacy media outlets that have refused to speak truth here, and now they're trying to run cover for your opponent. I think this is really significant. I know it matters a great deal to our audience, but how protected is the legacy media trying to keep your opponent so she doesn't have to answer questions about her failures on this issue?
Oh, so they started a long time ago by not even asking any questions of me. They would just pretend I didn't exist. I mean, I would walk by them and they would not say a word. They would have microphones in everybody else's
big
face,
boys are
and it was
coming.
as if I didn't exist. I mean, I have been the headliner, the keynote speaker at events. You know, I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran, and I would be at Veterans Affairs honoring veterans.
See that mess in the third year.
They would not even say that I was there, even though I was the keynote speaker. Never even said I was in the audience. Never even put my picture in, but always talked about everybody else around me. So they've been dismissing me for some time now because they saw me coming and they knew that she would be in trouble, Abigail Spanberger, and they want her to win. And, you know, here's the problem with that. I grew up partly in Jamaica, which at the time was suffering from socialist
Off
politics.
the grass again.
And the media
Oh,
put their finger
no.
on the scale for
Head
other
guy
people
just passed me.
who eventually ended
got
up
loud.
destroying what little economy we had, because socialism, you know, you can't ever do it right, and put Jamaica's economy in a tailspin. And I can't believe that that's the same thing I'm seeing here. But we're going to win because, you know, you can't hold righteousness down. And when you're on the right side of an issue where common sense is common sense, and where I even have now Democrats who are coming up to me and saying, I'm a Democrat, but I'm going to vote for you because I don't want my girl children having to undress in front of full frontal noodle boys. I mean, think about it. We're creating sexual
160
trauma.
miles an hour.
Do we not have enough trauma in the world?
JoJo. No, it's crazy. Lieutenant Governor
JoJo!
Sears, ask, if you do become the governor,
JoJo!
rooting for you, pushing for you, and hopeful
Good
it's
luck.
going to happen.
See
Virginia's
something,
such a
say
great
something.
state. The northern part of your state, some of the politics there, not my favorite. I'm just saying. The right when you get in the edge of D.C.,
Watch out for
you got
them
some people that go,
trans.
well, you need to reach out to them and convince them of the error of Arlington's ways. But Virginia, otherwise, a fantastic and wonderful state. I actually have family that was from Virginia and still lives there. I want to know what you're going to do if you become the governor. What will you continue on from the very
90.
successful tenure of Governor Youngkin, and what would be some of the
85.
things that the great
90,
residents of the Commonwealth will
88.
look forward to?
So one of the things I'm going to do, unlike my opponent, is I'm going to continue to keep
104.
Virginia safe. I'm going to support our law enforcement, Department of Corrections personnel. We're not going to
130.
get rid of their qualified immunity. We're not going to defund them. You know who will? My opponent, Abigail Spanberger, because she has said, and she has taken money from, wait for it, the defund the police PAC. You can't take, she's taken thousands from them. So, you know, it's not like we don't know what she's going to do.
Damn, off
So
the road again.
we
The
need
hairpin
our
got
police,
me.
Right? We need everybody there, because I can't even talk about safety and security. I can't talk about jobs being created, taxes being low, if we're not safe and secure, right? So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And you probably saw it yesterday where she came out and said she was one of the first things that she was going to do is precisely get rid of our safety and security, because she's going to stop all these ICE detainers where we have now found 4,000 criminal illegal aliens in Virginia, including the number 3 top head of MS-13. And they are in various states of incarceration and deportation. She's going to stop that. I mean, who is this woman? Where did we get her from? Well, she can't be governor. The next thing people want is that they want their taxes back in their pockets. And
we crashed out.
$9 billion back into the pockets of Virginia's taxpayers. We
Crashed
have
out in
$10 billion
chicane.
for each of the for the entire time that we've been in office. And we're going to keep creating jobs. We're going to keep getting rid of regulations. We're going to have the energy that they need. We're going to have shovel-ready sites. We're going to keep their inventories and their employees safe. Jobs will flood in. And, well, you will see we will continue our great economic successes Whereas my opponent is going to tax them to death. She's going to put regulations back on them, and she's going to force every single employee, even if they don't want to join a union. That, for me, is an issue of liberty. So people know what they're going to get with me. It's all common sense, money in your pocket,
There we go.
jobs and safety. There you go. She doesn't know how to do this. She was never there when we were creating any of this good stuff. She was in Congress taking stupid votes against us, and now she's trying to backtrack. But she's not even back. She's like
Man.
We haven't seen her
Hairpin.
in a while. Where have you been? Abigail, you can't lead from behind.
Lieutenant Governor Sears, appreciate you very much.
Lord.
And please come back and talk to us either right before your
Oh,
victory
no,
or right
I'm
after.
going to
You
get
can
past again.
WinsomeForGovernor.com. Please go to my website, WinsomeForGovernor.com,
dude.
and help me.
Yes, go help her, guys and gals. We need to make sure we have a good governor in Virginia, and things are certainly trending in the right direction there politically. All right, look, no matter where you live, there's always a chance you become a victim of a robbery.
I don't
Last
see
thing
him
we
in
wish
my
on you
area.
remains. This kind of stuff still happens all over the country. So you need to be able to protect yourself, and you want to be proactive. You want to get ready before you need it, because if you don't have it when you need it, it's too late. It's where Sabre comes in. Sabre spelled S-A-B-R-E. In my house, in Clay's house, we have a whole range of Sabre, highly effective, non-lethal self-defense and home defense products. Look, Sabre's been at this for 50 years, so they've got decades of experience in this
Starting
realm,
lap
and they are
7.
the most trusted pepper spray
Oh,
brand by
no.
law enforcement. Their pepper gel projectile launcher is an incredible example of why they're so well thought of by experts in home and self-defense. So go get Sabre products today. Pepper gels, pepper sprays, pepper launchers.
Whoa.
A bunch of stuff. Different alarms you can set up
What
in your
the
home.
hell?
Bars for doors. I mean, really, really top quality. Go to Sabre Radio, S-A-B-R-E,
Here comes another one.
SabreRadio.com. At that website, you'll save 15%. SabreRadio.com. Or if you want to just call, really easy to do, 844-824-SAFE. That's 844-824-SAFE.
You ain't imagining it. The world has gone insane. Reclaim your sanity with Clay and Buck. Find them on the free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Clay and Buck now. Casey Hendrickson at 3.
Man.
Wolo, 92.3 FM and 1190
Good
AM.
tires, too, supposedly.
Dijiste que nunca les comprarías dulces en la fila de la caja de la tienda. Nunca te chuparías el dedo para limpiarle la cara. Y que nunca jamás te convertirías en una mamá con minivan. Así es que, aunque digas que nunca dejarías a tu hijo en un auto caliente, es algo que te puede suceder. Los autos se calientan rápidamente y los
They
niños
hold
pueden
a
correr
turn
peligro
there.
en temperaturas tan bajas como 60 grados bajo.
Oh, the hairpin.
A veces suceden. Antes de alejarte del auto, siempre para, mira, cierra. Presentado por NHTSA y el Ad Council.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told,
Oh, no.
ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement
Lost
should
it in
feel
the
just as
turnaround.
familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us
cigarette.
every Saturday at 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose radio hour, right here on WOWO. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose radio hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
Soybeans and cattle are down, corn and hogs are up. I'm John Perkins with the Brownfield Market Update. Speed wins. That's why Stein's focused on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition, and why they release more new enlist E3 lines than any other company. Stein has yield. Soybeans were lower. New crop export sales were solid,
I
but
don't
China
know quite
remains
how they
absent
get
due to the
them
tariff tensions.
special
While development weather
stickers.
looks mostly non-threatening, some areas do need some rain.
I can't find the
September beans are down
decals. They
2
got neat
3/4
ones.
at 10.24.5. November's 2.5 lower at 10.45.
Weed
September
leaf,
soybean meal has dropped
monsters.
$10.20 to $282.90.
I just got
September soybean oil
Firestone.
is 75 points lower at 51.72. Corn is up.
A lot of cars you
down in the
can
week, but still over
check
80
your...
million bushels, led by Mexico and unknown. U.S. harvest activities moving north as planting starts in South America. September corn's up 2.25, 384 3/4. December's 3 higher, 409. And wheat's mixed. Minneapolis has support from a lower than expected spring wheat production estimate for Canada. Chicago and Kansas City are diverging, watching rain chances out of winter wheat planting. September Chicago's up 3.5 at 505 3/4. September Kansas City's down a half at 485. September Minneapolis is a penny higher at 552. Live and feeder cattle have turned sharply lower, waiting for direct business. Packer inquiry is starting to improve, at least in parts of the north. The major southern feeding areas remain quiet. October lives down 185 at 237.70. December's 175 lower at 239.10. September feeder cattle are down 302 at 362.37. October feeders are 220 lower at 361.97. And hogs are up on the firm midday pork and contracts discount to the cash index. October leans up 40 at 94.30 and December's 50 higher at 87. And over in the broader market, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is firm. John Perkins, Brownfield Market Update.
Casey Hendrickson here. We'll have a ton of stories for you, including lots of updates on the trans mass shooter who targeted Christians in Minneapolis. That and more Thursday, 3 to 6.
Trans mass shooter.
Welcome back in, Clay Travis, Buck Sexton Show. We are rolling through the Thursday edition of the program. A bunch of comments rolling in. Let me read some of the emails. Tristan, hey guys, a long-time listener, first time reaching out. I'm 40 years old, gay male. I agree 100% that I do not identify with this current LGBTQ alphabet community. I'm a gay man. I don't agree at all with any of the trans issues except for that they should be treated like human beings, but I'm not going to be holding on to their delusion. 100% agree. Another email. Just heard you on the radio talking about how gay men and women should push back. Not just gay men. I think Buck asked a question. I think it's a really good question. How do we break sort of the national fever of delusion as it pertains to the trans-related issues? And I said we have to break identity politics overall so people stop thinking about this as a group issue and just look at it individually, whether you're gay, straight, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever you want to be. But I said the gay community breaking away from the alphabet mafia here and saying, hey, this is not reflective of us. So just to be clear, you said it perfectly. Well, I appreciate that. This isn't our fight. Trans is not our fight. I'm a gay man. God made me that. God does not make mistakes. Okay, Lisa in Florida. Now, this may be tough. Lisa, you say your son is trans. So how old is he?
Now, 40.
Yeah.
But when this started, like 17.
Okay, so this is, and obviously, look, there are the vast majority of trans kids out there are not going to turn into school shooters, right? So we're not saying this is directly connected. But when did your kid start to receive treatment?
Treatment for wanting to become trans?
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, the school jumped in there and started doing the counseling right there at the college he was going to. And they take 2 psychiatrists to get it approved, and both of them said, oh, sure. So 17, 18, 19, and then in the 20s, we, changed first name, last name, not me. And the next thing I know, this is who I am, and you have to call me this, which I have to this day not. And
damn it.
Still respected, the boundaries. That's your life. If that's what you want to do, okay. But at the same time, it has gotten so radical, and I got this whole schmill too, even from him. Would you rather have a dead child or a transgender
child? The horrible blackmail line, emotional blackmail line they use against parents all across the country. Absolutely. Lisa, do you feel like the college transed, if you will, your son? Is that your belief, or how much of a role do you think they played?
That was, if you could have seen the counselor that was in there with me, and she's trying to tell me, well, she's this. I'm like, no, she is not, because I've seen her go from the bedroom to the bathroom and drop the towel. So parts are still where they are.
But at the same time, I told your screener, who was very compassionate, I told my husband last night, because it has gotten so far out of hand and so radical in his whole personality. And I mean, this is a kid that grew up in Christian church and enjoyed it and loved it, and not anymore. And I don't know how to describe the feeling, but I told my husband last night, I said that he was.
Has he had the full? Has your son had the full, Lisa, like the surgeries?
No. No.
What about drug treatment, the hormones, all those things?
Oh my goodness, yes. We've got boobs, everything, yes.
So
yes.
How has that changed his behavior? And I guess that's part one. Part two, what would you want other parents out there who might be dealing with this to know from your perspective?
I got an 8 out of that. 8th place in those 3 laps
He even
down.
admitted it, and then also started changing just health
Alright,
issues overall. But the other
knuckleheads.
things, don't buy into that, because
Love
it's
you.
so far
Later.
fetched and so deep into it. I told my husband last night,